Good morning and welcome to another episode of Spotlights, powered by Entrepreneur Media and Radical. And this is the series after the India Startup Summit, and we have one of the newest and the youngest member of entrepreneur community, Sahil Saini. Welcome, Sahil, on board the Spotlight.
Uh, Good morning, sir. Good morning. It's a great having you today in the morning. It's a
Yeah.
fresh start of a day.
So, Sahil, looking at your age, looking at your thing, I understand you're just hardly 20, 21, not even
Yeah,
that.
I'm 21. I'm 21.
So the first question which sort of boiling in my head since I saw your profile, what provoked you to sort of get into entrepreneurship while simultaneously studying?
So the major the point that I started entrepreneurship was the idea that came into my mind and how we can change that idea into a company and how we can help other organizations also. So when I was learning about cybersecurity, when I was learning hacking and all those kind of stuff, so that time I was so keen to learn more and more stuff, more and more
Mm,
technology.
mm,
I was learning AI and ML when there was not even a fancy word before 2019. It was
okay.
not even a fancy word. From that time, we are working on this platform and we are working, our team, me especially, I'm working on AI especially
Mm,
from that time that nobody knew. So it was more of like the new coming ideas, the new, if you
mm,
see in the news, this AI startup is into the play, this AI startup is into the play. I had that kind of knowledge. I
mm,
gathered some of my team members. We made it
mm.
into a platform. We gathered the ML technology from USA. We put into everything together and we started this company.
So this
So
was a school project, is that so? You
not
started
a
it?
school project, but you can say like a project that we were doing after school. So
Okay.
it was always of our interest. So let me tell
Mm,
you about my background. So
mm,
I
mm,
started learning about cybersecurity, computers, and all those when I was in class 6. So
mm,
पहले like it was nearby home एक छोटा सा center होता था for
mm, mm,
robotics.
mm,
So from there, I started my journey over there. We were 3 students at that time. It was really expensive to learn cybersecurity and
mm,
robotics because us time pe like nobody knew about these kind of terms. YouTube was not so famous. Internet was not so grown into the back in 2014,
mm,
15,
mm.
13. So that time I started learning about more about these stuff. So from that time,
What provoked you to learn, or what was your trigger? Your dad is in similar business or
no,
anything in
no,
the
my
family?
dad is totally into mechanical business, so he's doing trading. So his part
Okay.
is of trading. So I'm the
Mm,
only one who is interested in technology. So
mm,
when I used to see robotics I used to see a program in TV. There was like a
mm,
program where robot used to fight.
mm,
So I
mm,
was so much like how they're doing it, what are they doing
mm,
it? And
mm,
at that time there was a like some kind of cartoon used to come, Phineas and
mm,
Ferb and all those.
mm,
The technology was driven like so I was so inspired by those kind of things
mm,
around myself, so I thought of learning them how we can do it in our country also, how
mm.
I can do it myself. So
Okay.
from there my journey started. From there the entrepreneurship was like, let's make some difference. Okay,
Mm,
so if you go into the industry right now and if you
mm,
see how people are treating as a cybersecurity, still we
mm,
go, they treat like cybersecurity is not necessary, right?
mm,
They
mm,
still think that it's not necessary, it's just the
mm,
money wasting thing.
mm,
But after August 11, there was an
mm,
act, DPDP Act, if you're aware
mm.
about it.
Yeah, yeah. Mm,
So, DPDP Act. So after
mm,
that, people are taking cybersecurity as a major change in the industry because
mm.
there are huge penalties, fines that goes up to 250 crores.
Yeah, the data protection is actually serious now.
Yeah, so we thought of launching our product last year, then we were delaying it because we were waiting for the right opportunity time. I was
Mm,
all we are like we gave the DPDP Act some what we can say some suggestions. Every they take suggestions
mm,
from
mm.
private
Correct,
companies. We
correct.
gave the
Mm,
suggestions to DPDP Act committee
mm,
members,
mm,
and
mm,
we were so happy to like
mm,
know that there's something that government is doing to
mm.
promote cybersecurity. So from there we came like let's make into a company, let's have something, let's take this challenge and make this work in this country.
Okay. So now what's your core product is all about?
So our core product is all about endpoint devices, which is if you look into the market, if you go, everyone is
Hmm.
selling their product into different categories.
Hmm.
They are selling in cloud, they are selling in
Hmm.
antivirus, they're selling
Hmm.
firewall, they are selling
Hmm.
network device monitoring system.
Hmm.
We have combined all these technologies into one platform, and we have, it's not the first time that we have done it. There are
Hmm.
some companies outside the India, if you look at the Palo Alto,
Hmm.
other companies which are very
Hmm.
famous,
Hmm.
they have this kind of technology, but not in India. We
Okay.
are were the only company,
Hmm.
we made our own product. It's not like we are taking another third party product and we are using it.
Hmm.
Of course, there are cybersecurity agencies and other companies in
Hmm.
India,
Hmm.
but they don't have their own product. We were the only one which we made our own product
Hmm.
that comes to the market and which plays a major role in endpoint security systems, which is XDR, which is next generation technology,
Hmm.
which is above their any firewall or antivirus and new threat systems.
Okay.
So the this is the technology that we're using, and it is
Hmm.
run on AI and ML model.
So what stage your product is in? Have you done the pilots or have you been prototyping it?
Yeah, we have done the pilot. We have done it's being into test into the very large industry. I cannot name the industry which
Hmm.
we have
Hmm.
been
Hmm.
into it due
Hmm.
to the NDA signed with
Don't
those.
name the don't name the company. Just
Yeah, but
sector.
it is a hospital industry which
Okay.
have more than 500 600 bed hospital, which is very famous all over the
Hmm.
country. And we
Hmm.
have run our product into their company. It's still running. They're on trial basis of a 1 month,
Okay.
and they are really happy how it's working and how we are working. So
Hmm.
we does not only provide product.
Hmm.
Okay, so the major problem that is in India right now is there is very less people about the cybersecurity who know cybersecurity and who can work on cybersecurity. So
Correct.
when we go to any industrial expert or any industry or any
Hmm.
organization, they say we don't have manpower, we don't have
Hmm.
people to work in that kind of
Hmm.
environment, and we don't have no people. How people will take our infrastructure very, like, you can say, very intrusive, or exclusively they will work for us. So
Hmm.
they don't
Hmm.
have that kind of people. So we give them the service also. We give 24 into 7 service, which is
Okay.
done by many companies, but they are not able to do it in a very regular format because no one was taking cybersecurity as serious. Now they are
Hmm.
taking it.
Hmm.
So we do 24/7 cybersecurity also
Hmm.
for industries like which run 24/7 for hospital industry, some
Hmm.
MNCs and all those things. We are doing cybersecurity for them also. We
Oh,
take all the responsibilities of the data breach because we have the confidence that our product is the best.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just come back a little more back to you. Who all are your support system? Because the entrepreneur needs a support system, correct?
Yeah.
So who are, how big is your
So
team?
our team is about 56 people,
Hmm.
right? Of which is more half of the dozen of the people are from the tech background only.
Hmm. Hmm.
Only about, you can say, about 5 to 10 people are from the sales and marketing and other
Hmm.
team and
Hmm.
accounting.
Hmm.
The major support came from my friend and my family. So
Hmm.
my other co-founder is my sister, my own sister, which
Oh.
is Bharti. So
Hmm.
she manages the operation and everything in the finance because she is
She's
good at it.
she's younger to you or older to you?
Older to me. She's older to me. She's
Okay.
24, 23.
Okay.
So she's older to me. So
Hmm.
she is managing the all the operation and how to manage the people. I'm good at tech. Let me tell
Hmm.
you, I'm good at tech. I know how to make tech and how to make tech
Hmm. Hmm.
work for the people. So I'm
Hmm.
good at those people, like how we can make the tech, how we can like
Hmm.
put
Hmm.
some into the effect, how the company need, what are the company
Hmm.
needs. I can understand the customer, I can tell the
Hmm.
customer. But
Hmm.
the other parts is the other co-founder is my sister, and the other co-founder is my cousin brother. So
Okay.
they manage the
Hmm.
operations and other things. They are good at it. They
Cousin
manage.
brother is older to you or younger to you?
Older to me.
Older to you. Oh, you're
Yeah.
the younger lot part of it.
I'm the younger one.
तो काफी बार होता है ना वो, अरे तू बच्चा है बैठ जा, ऐसे कुछ बोलते हैं।
नहीं होता है, बिल्कुल होता है. It's like that only. So होता है
हाँ।
वो, बिल्कुल
हाँ।
होता है.
ओके
बिल्कुल
ओके।
उनको लगता है लाइक आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड लाइक हाउ पीपल आर वर्किंग, बट वो
हाँ।
कहते हैं को जितना पता है उतना ही बन, लाइक स्पेशली माय सिस्टर
अच्छा।
इज लाइक ऑलवेज फाइटिंग. हमारे बीच में हमेशा कोई एक टॉपिक होगा, वी हैव टू डू वन न्यू वर्क,
हम्म।
उसके ऊपर ऑफ कोर्स देयर विल बी सम काइंड ऑफ डिबेट जो होती है, बहुत हेल्दी
हम्म।
डिबेट रहती है
हम्म।
वो, कि तेरे को ये नहीं आता तू ये नहीं करेगा, सिंपल सी बात है, हम ये आता है तो हम ये करेंगे. वी आर वेरी
करेक्ट।
स्पेसिफिक कि
ओके।
जिसको जो काम आता है वही करेगा, बाकी कुछ नहीं करेगा. इन आर company's
Hmm.
infrastructure,
Hmm.
if you
Hmm.
see how we are managing it,
Hmm.
जो हम लोग सिर्फ we hire a lot of interns. If you
Hmm.
see,
Understood. But that's a young company does that with that.
yeah,
And
and our
tech skills
interns
are
are
largely.
specific from cybersecurity only. We don't hire from computer science engineering or
Hmm.
something and like for
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
We take people from very specific industry and for the specific needs. We if we are building a product on AI, we will take the companies, all the employees from AI only.
Okay.
So this is how we.
Understood. So now, are you all diversity based or are you based in an office and everything?
No, we are based in office. Our office in Gurugram. It's
Okay.
located in Gurugram.
Hmm.
In fact, it's near Google's building. We have taken that location, very strategic location, because their
Hmm.
internet line never cuts. So we know that our internet will be safe until their internet is safe. So
Okay.
it's also very strategic that we
Or,
have taken the location also.
or through the windows, you keep benchmarking Google in the AI. Is that?
Benchmark is always there for our employees and for us. So.
Okay. Okay. And okay, so also let me understand a little bit of your how did you manage the finances? Did you actually gobble up the family funds or friends and families, or largely all you have invested all by somebody else also?
No, we started with our own funds. We started with our own funds. We are
Hmm.
into the pipeline. We will be raising our funds, first round of funds.
Hmm.
But we are first looking at how we can grow our business without raising in funds, because
Hmm.
we believe our product is unique. Our product is really good. Our
Hmm.
product can do something that other products cannot do. So we are in a pipeline to raise funds also, but
Hmm.
we are not looking currently to raise so much of fund that we have to liquidify ourselves.
Okay. I understand you're studying simultaneously, correct?
Yeah, yeah, I'm studying some.
So simultaneously, is that's a online education you're doing, probably bachelor?
Actually, I just have to go and give exams. I have taken a special permission from my
Okay.
college and
Okay.
from the university, so I just have to write the exams
Okay. It's
because my degree is also in cybersecurity only.
okay. The southern New Hampshire in university something, correct?
Yeah, Southern New Hemisphere University, plus there is another university in India. I'm doing dual degree at the same
Oh,
time from two different universities, which is Karunya University in Coimbatore.
okay.
There also I have a special permission just to go and write exams.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Talking about your school, I think you are from Sikshanta, correct?
Yeah, I am from
Okay.
Sikshanta.
Did the school foster entrepreneurship or the mind band? Any of your classmates also into entrepreneurship now?
Yeah, one of my classmate is into entrepreneurship, but he is like in Singapore. He have his own medical research center over there. So he is into all medical. I like the work he's doing.
Hmm.
At some point I really wanted to work at his like
Hmm.
journey, and I like what he's doing is really great.
Hmm.
He's working on some kind of
Hmm.
fish products and other things, which is really great for the
Hmm.
like environment and all these things. Plus, the school gave us an opportunity to work on technology.
Hmm.
So when we were in grade 8, 7, they promoted robotics, they promoted
Hmm.
like summer
Hmm.
camps on, let's say, coding and all those things.
Hmm. Hmm.
Google summer code camps were there. So they
Hmm.
promoted like a very specific need, and I was really happy that they did
Hmm.
for me. The environment they built for us, how
Hmm.
good that was, I really liked it.
Okay.
So.
Okay. On the other side, are you a morning person or a night person?
Actually, we work 24/7. So if we have like anything at any time, we have to
Uh, but
go
you
for.
have the fuel now. You have the fuel to burn. But will you burn it so fast that it depletes your energies?
Yeah, some days like there are hard days also. It's like we are exhausted, totally exhausted from morning. We are working till night,
Hmm.
1 a.m., 2 a.m. We are
Hmm.
exhausted. We are saying what is happening to this. We are not able to install this. We are not able
Hmm.
to identify from where the attack happened and other
Hmm.
things. It's exhausting sometimes, but it's fun. It's a challenge process when you look into a
Hmm.
bigger
Hmm.
picture.
Hmm. Okay. Suppose one hypothetical question.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
sort of go to sleep, let's say on the Saturday night, and
Mhm.
Monday morning you wake up and you realize your company has disappeared all of a sudden.
Okay. Okay.
And then what will you do? What will be your feelings like?
The feelings will be like what happened first, I would like to know. And the
Hmm.
second will be what we can do to regain that thing that we built.
Hmm.
And the third will be I will be kind of really sad. I will be sad, of course. It's
mm,
my
mm,
like
mm,
part of journey we build over
mm,
past
mm,
4, 5
mm,
years. We are working
mm,
on this thing and
mm,
platform.
mm.
Plus, I don't know what kind of feeling I will be. I can't imagine without being
So,
without Cybersec. I can't imagine myself
uh,
right now because we are totally into that. So
I'm just provoking you a little in the entrepreneurship because
yeah, but if
entrepreneurship.
I have an opportunity to work with some
Uh,
company, I would really work with Palo Alto Networks. It's a
okay.
great
Uh,
company, and it's like I really want if get a chance to work. If Cybersec
uh,
is not there, if it never happened, I would work with Palo Alto
oh
Networks.
wow. Okay. Because entrepreneurship is actually a roller coaster ride. You
Yeah,
go
yeah,
through
I get
ups
it.
and downs and everything part of it.
I
That's the,
totally
that's the reason I told you once all of a sudden if you sort of come in.
yeah.
Okay, so now looking at little future casting, when do you think your product or your company will be actually full-fledged in the market and let's say doing great guns?
So as soon as the government announced the DPB Data Protection Board, our company will be in everybody's mind clicking
Hmm,
into it.
hmm, hmm.
So we have to ask him, we have to ask this company, we have to take the quotation and all that.
Okay.
Right now, also we give quotations and so many things to other companies, organization which
Hmm,
are in the pipeline to adopt DPDP and adopt the
hmm, hmm,
cybersecurity guidelines by the government. Because earlier they were not doing it because of the fines and everything, but
hmm.
now they are doing it.
So are you
So
not looking at beyond India market?
right now, we want to expand in India. We started because of Indian market. We looked into the Indian people were
Hmm,
struggling and losing their kind of hard-earned money into cybersecurity threats. If
hmm,
you look at if you look go and if you have another podcast with the Real Hit channel,
hmm,
so I have talked about how we have worked with the government and local police stations and local bodies to tackle cyber
hmm,
fraudster, which do
hmm,
a
hmm,
crore of crore of like fraud in a
hmm.
day. So that's
So
really
so
bad
financial
for the
side,
country.
financial market, fintech, those are much more affected. So
Yeah,
your product works well with financial backbone?
yeah, we are specific for the industries. We don't do like cybersecurity for like website and small
Hmm,
techs.
hmm, hmm,
We are into deep technology where
hmm.
we are working behind the panel. So
Okay.
we work with how code is running. It
Hmm,
is running good.
hmm,
If an
hmm,
employee is doing everything in
hmm,
its own
hmm,
diameter or not. So we manage all those things. We are not like we are doing cybersecurity for a website, for a
hmm,
web application, for an app. We're not
hmm,
into that technology. We are into how your infrastructure can be secured. If there is a company,
hmm,
nothing should be go outside your company, right? If it
hmm,
is yours, or any employee also should not get
hmm,
anything that is not authorized to that
hmm,
person.
hmm,
So we work on those kind of technologies
hmm,
and threat
hmm,
detection, behavior
hmm,
analysis, how an
hmm,
employee is behaving, how a network is
hmm,
behaving,
hmm,
what is
hmm,
happening on the browser
hmm,
and all that stuff.
hmm, hmm. Okay. Now, just what are the magic words which you want to say or so that you strike a chord in the minds of the CTOs or chief technology officers of the organizations you are targeting?
Hmm.
What are the magic words?
So magic words that we say is right now that we say when we
Hmm,
go and
hmm,
pitch ourselves is
hmm.
like सर देख लो आपको करवाना है तो आपको करवाना तो पड़ेगा ही 250 करोड़ का फाइन है नहीं करवाओगे तो वो भरना पड़ेगा
Okay.
we just say
This is the threat side.
this is the threat side that we say we
Ah,
वो हमें बोलना ही होता है that is the magic line right now for any cyber security company that is pitching
ah,
to anyone
hmm,
because the fines are too large like
hmm,
it's too huge for any company 250
hmm,
crore is not a joke for any company पहले
hmm,
तो 500 करोड़ था शुगर मानो वो कम कर दिया
hmm.
that is a huge good point for
But
any company
these fines are based on the scale of the organization, correct?
yeah up to 250 crores but
Ah,
एक startup को when you
hmm,
look at the startup if even they
hmm,
are fined for 10 lakh rupees it's a
hmm,
huge loss उनका loss होता है their reputation is
hmm,
lost it's
hmm,
not about even loss it's about
hmm,
reputation
hmm,
मार्केट में हर जगह आपका जाएगा कि आपका
hmm,
ये हुआ कस्टमर अगली बार आने से पहले कतराएगा वो लाइक
hmm,
व्हाई शुड आई गो इनका तो डेटा लीक हो सकता है कल को मेरा हुआ तो क्या
hmm, hmm.
तो इट्स द पॉइंट वो सोचना चाहिए दैट इज द सीटीओ's पॉइंट
Okay. That's the CTO's point. Okay. So, okay, do you think CTOs are not aware of this? CTOs are very much aware of this.
some CTOs are really not aware. I was really shocked when I talked to so many CTOs of so many industries.
Hmm,
If you look at the percentage sign,
hmm,
60% of them are aware about it,
hmm,
and 40% are not still aware about it because their
hmm,
organization is not up to that level, but
hmm,
they are considered in that category significant data fiduciary. So they are
Mm.
considered it, but they're still not
Mm.
taking care of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Now tell me, in your life, since you are a, I will call you a cyber geek or a sort of tech geek guy. So
Mm.
who are the sort of inspirations in your life? Or who are the role models in your life?
So the role model, if you know, like if you look into the larger picture that gave me about
Mm.
like how technology works
Mm.
and how we can make an open technology work.
Mm.
So I was really inspired by Telegram co-founder, which
Okay.
was Pavel. So I was really inspired by Pavel, and he was like really great engineer and how he worked and
Mm.
how he made Telegram into such a big company. And
Mm.
like it's unbelievable. Like in a market where WhatsApp is a leader, you can bring in another app
Mm.
which offers less services than that, which offers less, you can say, communication and other things,
Mm. Tools
have
also.
more power to expand in country like India, where people are
Mm.
very less keen to adopt new things.
What do you think was his masterstroke in the
So
product
the
side of the
product,
story?
so the masterstroke was the product. The
Mm.
special points, you can't share more than 25 35 GB of 35 MB of data on WhatsApp, but on Telegram you can go up to 2 GB. That is a huge. I
Mm.
don't need a cloud to share to someone right now. I can
Mm.
just
Mm.
send a message and they can have the same file of 2 GB which I have. So
Mm.
that's a really great point that they are doing it.
Mm.
I really
Mm.
like the idea.
Mm.
The technology that they're using it, the speed that they're using, it's really great. I
Mm.
have never seen a lag on Telegram when you're uploading a file also.
So you're
So
not on WhatsApp?
I am on WhatsApp. It's a necessary need in India if you look into the
Okay.
market. But I really like the product that they built and the technology that they're using at the back end, the open source. I've read their code. Their code is open source and you can read it and you
Correct.
can just get
Correct.
to know how it's working, and it's really great how they're working on it.
So now, since you're talking about a hot topic, open source versus the closed world.
Yeah.
So you're a propagation or you propagate open source?
Actually, I worked with so many open source
Mm.
repositories on
Mm.
GitHub. For the
Mm.
Google also, I have
Mm.
worked on
Mm.
open source. I have
Mm.
contributed
Mm.
in GitHub Vault. So there's a code of mine which is kept into Antarctica and it's
Mm.
still there and they will open after 100 years. So I was really happy when they told me that your code will be there for 100 years, safe, even if anything happens outside
Wow.
world of any
Uh,
data centers.
So
I was really happy to know
Sahil
about.
Saini has imprinted his name on and in Antarctica itself.
Yeah, so that code is there and they have kept it
Okay.
over there for a safe for 100 years.
Uh,
After that, whenever they want to open it, we
mm.
can access that code.
Mm.
Maybe not me, but future generation, of course, they
So,
can see it.
so in this whole journey, sort of, you're garnering IPs for yourself, intellectual property.
Kind of, yeah, we have kept some kind of intellectual property codes and other things
Mm.
we have
Mm.
used in our product also, which
Mm.
is named on myself.
But then you're not proponent of a open source world, is that?
No,
Or you're
actually,
still finding your page?
some kind of things you need to keep it a secret to run a company when you're running
Mm.
it.
Mm.
We are planning to make our product. We were thinking one of the time when we didn't knew the market and कि
Mm.
DPDP भी आएगा,
Mm.
कि
Mm.
ये होगा इंडिया में वो होगा. We were
Mm.
thinking let's make it a open source, सबको देते
Mm.
हैं.
Mm.
Let's make some of the features for exclusive, but let's keep major part for the open source. Then we got to know that in 2017, 19, actually 1920 के end में I got to
Mm.
know like there's a committee that is forming for DPDP and this is going to happen. From our journey it took my place
Mm.
कि हम लोग प्रोडक्ट बना ही रहे. वी वर डूइंग सो मच ऑफ हार्ड वर्क
Mm.
फॉर फ्री ऑफ
Mm.
कॉस्ट
Mm.
वर्किंग. हम कॉलेज स्कूल से बाहर काम कर रहे हैं,
Mm.
जो कि
Mm.
हमें एक बार रिवॉर्ड भी तो मिलना चाहिए ना दिन. सो वी वर्किंग ऑन
Okay. Youngsters of your age,
दैट.
you're working on an ethical side of stopping hacking, stopping part of it. But the
Yeah,
youngsters of your age, certain people actually deviate and get to the unethical side of the hacking part of it.
yeah.
They
So
want
I
to make money on that bit. So
yeah.
what's your take on them?
So my take is like it's a great inspiration from my parents and from my guardians. If you
Mm.
look into the bigger picture, that
Mm.
they always told me to do ethical work,
Mm.
even though my father was so afraid to like teach me about ethical hacking and hacking when in
Mm.
2019. During that time it was not even a good word. सब लोग
Hmm.
डरते थे and everyone like it's illegal and everything. So I
Hmm.
learned ethical hacking courses from EC Council University, USA. From
Hmm.
there, I learned and started my journey, and
Hmm.
it was really great from my
Hmm.
parents' side. They told me to
Hmm.
like go ahead and learn
Hmm.
something
Hmm.
and in an ethical way, don't do any harm to any person.
Hmm.
So I was not always interested in money. I'm not still not
Hmm.
interested in money. I'm interested in how we can make an impact. I go to police stations.
Hmm.
वहां पर लोगों के 40-40 लाख रुपए डूबते हैं एंड
Hmm.
आई सी
Hmm.
हिम क्राइंग आई फील बैड कि
Hmm.
जिसने किया होगा उसका उसको कुछ दया नहीं है ही डजंट हैव हार्ट और व्हाट व्हाई
Hmm.
ही इज डूइंग सच पीपल आप मानोगे नहीं देयर इज अ रिक्शा वाला जो 10,000 रुपए मेहनत से कमाता
Hmm.
है
Hmm.
उसके पैसे लूट लेते हैं वो लोग
Hmm.
इट्स लाइक रियली हार्ड फॉर देम टू अर्न दैट काइंड ऑफ मनी उसके बाद
Hmm.
किसी का भी पैसा जाता है सिक्योरिटी गार्ड का
So,
रिक्शा वाला का भी
okay. So there you're speaking of a card. So are you doing something for the overall
Yeah,
helping the
so for
masses?
that, we are running a program,
Hmm.
cybersecurity awareness program. We
Hmm.
help at free of cost for anyone who comes to the hospital. I personally dedicate a day in a week. I'm telling
Hmm.
day in a
Hmm.
week
Hmm.
to certain kind of cyber police station. I go there,
Hmm.
I understand how people are struggling, I
Hmm.
make their complaints, I tell them how you can make forward, how you can convince your
Hmm.
bank to
Hmm.
give you
Hmm.
loan at this financial point of time if you
Hmm.
are very
Hmm.
low at the financial point,
Hmm.
how you can improve your financial condition, पुलिस की आप कैसी मदद कर सकते हैं बिकॉज इफ यू लुक इनटू द बिगर पिक्चर
Hmm.
ऑल्सो हमारी
Hmm.
जो पुलिस ट्रेंड भी है वो
Hmm.
दे आर नॉट अप टू दैट लेवल अगर
Correct.
है भी जो भी अप टू दैट लेवल भी है उनके पास
Hmm.
टाइम ही नहीं है उनके
Correct.
पास इतने केस piled up है you
Hmm.
cannot imagine if one police
Hmm.
officer who have a good knowledge of cyber security and they are
Hmm.
into this field and they are helping so many people ऐसी
Hmm.
बात नहीं है नहीं बहुत लोग हैं
Hmm.
बट केसेस इतने नंबर ज्यादा है कि एक दिन
Hmm.
में उनके पास 8-8 केस आते हैं
Hmm.
फॉर अ वीक उनके पास 50 से 60 केस हो जाते हैं जिसकी कोई लिमिट नहीं होती है एंड दे आर लाइक टू मच हेडेक कि उनको वो सॉल्व भी करना
Hmm.
होता है और
Hmm.
कुछ के वो निकल पाते हैं कुछ के नहीं निकल पाते हैं इट
Hmm.
टेक्स अ लॉन्गर टाइम जिसको जिस प्रोसेस को लगने में से 2 से 3 हफ्ता लगता है वो
Hmm.
नंबर ऑफ केसेस की वजह से वो 3 से 4 महीने तक ऊपर पहुंच जाता है और मे बी अबव ऑल्सो अगर नंबर ऑफ केसेस बढ़ते हैं तो
Correct.
दिस इज
Okay,
ह्यूज
so that's a good initiative. At least you are dedicating that part to the cybersecurity bit of making awareness work for the ground level.
बिल्कुल
Okay, now one of the few things which is that for an entrepreneur at a
हम्म
young age, you're just 20 or 21, correct?
हम्म या
So let's say 5 years down the line, where do you see Sahil going, or what is that you're doing?
I just want to run my company peacefully. I don't want any headache right now, like what I see after 5 years. But of
Uh,
course, we have
uh,
planned what we will do after 2 or 3 years, what
mm,
we are making our product more to
mm,
more cheaper for more small businesses, how we can
okay,
reduce the
okay.
cost. So that's
Mm,
into a pipeline. Still, are the our cost, if you compare the technology that we are giving and
mm,
the
mm,
compare the technology that other
mm,
companies, multinational companies are doing giving,
mm,
which is less than 35% to 40% we are offering the same kind of technology same kind of service same kind of technology and even the same features we are offering in fact one or two feature will be more than them so we have reduced the cost till that level. Of
mm,
course, the cost will be reduced because they're using the people who are sitting outside the India and the cost of running the company is
mm,
more, ours
mm,
is less. We are still
mm,
making efforts to make it less.
mm.
Ours is a startup, so we are little bits like we need some kind of funds to make our startup run for a longer time. Then we can get into a proper position, single line. Then we can reduce the
Okay.
cost. Then we can see.
Because
So we are into that
mm,
pipeline also for a future
because
perspective.
today's our spotlight actually would be heard by many entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So in fact, one of the previous interviews you might see is one of the gentlemen who runs a company called Technology Never Sleeps, Sanjeev Chan.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
do take a look at the YouTube channel. So
Hmm.
tell me, for a let's say medium-sized entrepreneur, let's say who
Hmm.
runs 1,000 crore business in India today, what are the top three things you advise as a young mind on cybersecurity?
Never trust anyone on the internet.
Okay.
Never trust the links that you get from your colleagues or from anyone.
Hmm.
That's the one point combined.
Hmm.
Never trust anyone. Anyone can send any link. It can be harmful. It cannot be harmful. So never
Hmm.
trust them. So it
Okay.
should be zero trust foundation policy in your company.
Okay.
So if even your employee is sending, you should verify the link if he is only sending or someone else is sending.
Mm,
That's the first thing. That the second thing is you need to have CISO if you are having a turnover more than 50 crores.
mm,
You need to have it. If you are into a
mm,
tech-based company or into a healthcare industry or a
mm,
finance
mm,
industry, which are
mm,
critical, or
mm,
energy-based industry, which is
mm,
critical, you should have CISO, like who should manage your critical
mm,
infrastructure and how your information is being secured,
mm,
because that is your secret.
mm,
This is not a time like you can just take any technology leniently and you will say my mail is going to this person, that person, that is okay.
mm,
Mail can be used as a legal proof.
mm,
Many people still don't understand that. Still they do the mistakes. Still so many businesses, local businesses which are into the locally placed, they still do
mm,
this mistake that they don't consider that mail में मैंने ये दे दिया वो हो गया. Still if you go into the market and you see कि आप एक एम्प्लॉय को हर एक चीज का एक्सेस दे सकते हो जिसको वो नीड भी नहीं है. सो यू
mm,
नीड टू
mm.
हैव सम काइंड ऑफ एक्सेस कंट्रोल इन योर कंपनी.
Sure.
वो बहुत जरूरी है आज के टाइम पे. इफ यू लुक इन
Mm,
द कंट्री,
mm,
आई हैव सीन केसेस जहां पर कंपनी का खुद को ही मैनेजर खुद को ही मेल लिख रहा है जिसका
mm,
मेल का एक्सेस एमडी के पास है और
mm,
उसके पास भी है. एंड दे आर एक्सचेंजिंग मेल्स एंड वो कह रहा है मैंने आपको इतने में आपकी एक फ्रेंचाइजी ऑफर कर दी, ये ऑफर कर दिया. And this is a
mm,
really reputed company. I cannot name the company's name, but it is
mm,
really
mm,
reputed company in name of
mm,
food or retail market.
mm,
They offering franchisee of 2 crores at a price
mm,
of only 20
mm,
lakh rupees.
mm,
And the code when they're fighting, he's showing the
mm,
proof, the manager is
mm,
showing the proof that MD
mm,
wrote me this mail. So
mm.
MD don't have any power to show that he didn't write it
Mm.
because the access was with everyone in that thing. So access control is
MD's email access was with everyone.
with the manager level was with everyone.
Mm,
So that things need to have that kind of access
mm,
control.
mm,
वो बहुत जरूरी होता है आपकी जब organization when you are running it. Then the third is
mm,
majorly make your softwares update. Everything should be updated. Be
mm,
into the market. If you're into tech or into finance or into healthcare,
mm,
get to know how things are working. If you're working on a laptop, ये नहीं सिर्फ आपको मेल खोलनी आती है, आपको डाउनलोड करना है, आपको प्रिंट करना है, आपको उसके बारे में पता नहीं. When you drive a car, you just don't learn about the car if you're pressing
correct.
speed, brake, steering. You learn कि
Mm,
साइड मिरर्स कैसे काम कर रहे हैं, स्टीरियो कैसे
mm,
काम कर रहा है,
mm,
विंडोज
mm,
कैसे खुल रही है. एवरीथिंग अबाउट द कार यू नो इट,
mm,
राइट.
mm,
स्टेपनी कैसे चेंज करनी है, टायर पंचर होता है, क्या करना है, यू लर्न अबाउट दैट. व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग सेम विद टेक्नोलॉजी, यू हैव टू लर्न एवरीथिंग दैट यू आर वर्किंग विद इट. वो आधा अधूरा काम अब नहीं चलेगा. वो चलता था. Hackers, fraudsters are more like finding more ways to fraud you, to take all
mm,
your access and all that thing. And the most surprising thing for me was last year when the attack was happened to the AIMS Delhi,
correct.
and it
Mm,
was really shocking news for everyone.
mm,
And the ransom amount was about 700 crores, which was really shocking for the government itself that they are asking us
mm,
700 crores. It was an act of terror, of course, that they asked for the ransom and nobody knew who was asking it. Still, they are on the fleet. If you look into the bigger picture, the smart minds,
mm,
smart hackers are never caught.
mm,
They are always working behind the picture, one organization to the next organization.
mm,
So you need to have a proper guidelines, proper infrastructure for the cybersecurity in your company. If you are based in tech, specifically finance, tech, hospital, which is critical.
mm,
अपना फिर energy power हो गया and all those
mm,
things,
mm.
which is very critical. If you do one, human errors are not considered in medical industry, right?
Correct.
There is any technical error, it's a huge responsibility on the head of the person who is managing that hospital.
Mm, mm,
It's a matter of life and death. So you need to have that kind of, and financial is, everybody knows it's the next economy. If you go
correct.
down, then
So, Sahil, I'm really energized this morning with your chats and talks, and maybe next time I'll meet you in person also. Because at your age, I see here huge amount of passion in your words and in your way you speak in. It was really fantastic for me to sort of interview you for the spotlight, and I really wish you all the best in your life. And maybe I can help you wherever I can, sort of connecting with the right people, right industries. I have a few connections part of it. So
Mhm.
I'll get back to you on that bit also. Yeah. So
Okay.
good chatting with you, and thanks for sparing time. And keep your passion burning like that. I
Thank you so
love it.
thank you
I
for
love
such.
it. I love it. And keep watching Entrepreneurs Media Spotlight. Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll stop recording.